Huizenga from West Michigan, Republican, with us on the other end of our AT&T line. Thank you for being available this morning.
Hey, no problem, MPS. How are you?
You are speaking not only to me, but to your constituents in Grand Rapids through WTKG and possibly through WKBZ as well, maybe listening online at mibigshow.com. I'm sure you'd like to speak directly to them. What would you say about the shutdown and where we stand?
Yeah, I understand that they don't want to shut down. I don't want to shut down either. But I also understand that they're very concerned about how ObamaCare is being implemented right now, and it can't work the way that Harry Reid and the White House envision it. In fact, their actions speak louder than their words. Their words say, hey, everything's fine here. We need to keep plowing ahead exactly as it is. But their actions are completely different. That's why the White House suspended the employer mandate. That's why they haven't been able to deliver anything on time with any of the deadlines that they've had. That's why when they've said that it's going to save people money, it's actually going to cost people money, and we've got to do something about it. And we believe that this has been very reasonable steps that the House has put forward, including putting ourselves under the law the way that it was written, rather than having an exemption. And they're rejecting that, and I just simply don't understand where the Senate's coming from.
David Shepardson from the Detroit News was with us earlier, and he talked about the fact that this could be precedent setting. In other words, down the road, you could use the budget negotiations to perhaps either party talk about gun control, or talk about abortion, or talk about something else. Is the precedent setting idea here that you can use the budget as a negotiating tool part of the reason there's so much resistance? Well,
no, this has been done before. If you look at going back into time with Reagan, especially, is when we saw a number of these things happen. But even before that, there have been these continuing resolutions have been used to drive reforms in various parts of the government, oftentimes around spending. I think you can make the argument that there's no bigger spending project that's going on than Obamacare right now, and that is so. This isn't completely new ground.
What is most important to you as a representative of the people of West Michigan? What do you need in order to be able to vote yes?
Well, I think this last offer was completely reasonable. What it said is we're going to put an individual mandate suspension in, just like the White House has been trying to do with the employer mandate. If it's good enough for a big corporation, it ought to be good enough for individuals. We know that it's not ready for prime time for either category of people. The other thing is we passed the laws. Now, I wasn't here specifically when this law was passed, but I'm dealing with the echo effects, and I'm willing to live under the law the way that it was written, the way that it should be implemented. And unfortunately, my colleagues in the Senate, including our two senators here from Michigan, don't think that's a good idea. And my prediction is that if we don't do this, it's going to get thrown out in the courts. How do you have Office of Personnel Management carve out and say, oh, no, sorry, we've decided that this part of the law, this major law that you've written, isn't going to apply, even though it explicitly says in the law that it will apply to Congress. We can't live like that as a nation. We're a nation of laws, and it needs to apply to everyone. And it just makes absolutely no sense to me.
Congressman, thank you very much. That's Congressman Bill Huizenga from West Michigan. Let's move it to the middle of the state where